Welcome back to my channel. Fam, this episode is entitled Cutting Ties. Now, my question is, should Zac and Fatima cut ties? Are they ready to move in and start a life together? In the midst of past traumas and pain, issues they have with their past, should they focus on themselves or should they move ahead together? Let's find out and get into it. Now here we have Zac and Tony and Nathan. After Zac just found out that, Fatima was with her ex Ian. Now, why is Nathan so angry? That's the issue. Tony feels bad that he had to bring him this news, but he has a little more compassion for the situation that Zac is in. Nathan, on the other hand, is so angry and upset that he's even with her. And that comes out of the fact that Tony's single. Zac is hurting. And it's almost as if he's relishing in the fact that, he was in a good relationship, but now he found out something bad about Zac's girl. And it's sad because, Tony basically has to force him out. And he said he apologized, but he said it with so much anger because he's so miserable in his marriage that he doesn't even never wanted Zac to have any happiness in his because, my boy has to live the life with me. I don't want to see him, doing good and now locked down with a woman because that's not the place that he's in. When people are miserable, they really want you sad and upset as well. And that's really sad. You got to select your friends when you dealing with issues like that. Give those who will keep you grounded and think on a better mindset. Now, Zac is coming out of the shower while Fatima's in the bath, and she's really, taking it hard. And Zac, now he can see why she's upset, and looking at this, I felt really bad for Zac because I'm like, Fatima, here you are living with a man that you're supposed to be in love with. You ran into your ex who you introduced Zac to, so he knows who he is. And now he finds out that you met with a man that you didn't say you wasn't going to meet. You're hurting, and Zac's asking questions about her day. He knows she lying. She came, home later than expected. What's going on? You look like you about to cry. What's going on? Asking her questions, picking with her. And she's like, no, I'm just trying to meditate. I'm trying to get... Oh, he knows you. And you can tell you smart enough, Fatima, to know that he's pussyfooting around something. And basically, where were you? Who was you in the coffee shop with? He asked her. And she like, what are you trying to say? And then he like, you basically know what I'm trying to say. What is it? You over there all sad and upset. You can't talk to me. And now he knows it's behind another man. A man that hurt you, a man that cheated on you, married another woman, and you just distraught over it. So I was really thinking about this from Zac's point of view. And this is hurtful. Because if I was in this position and I knew what was going on, I heard this news, I'd be hurt too. So now he's like, what's going on? You met Ian at the coffee shop. She finally fessed up to that. She didn't want to talk about it. I don't want to go there. First Belinda, now this. Like, what are you getting after? I mean, come on. Have a little, sympathy and understanding for what is going through Zac's mind. Right now, you so, consumed by Ian dying and how you felt about him. And I guess feeling bad about his mother and all these other emotions that you neglecting how this is looking towards Zac. And I think that's totally wrong. She didn't want to hear it. He's pissed. She don't want to talk about it. And he's like, fine. You don't got to talk about it. But how you going to be up here practically crying over this man? Like, what is that about? And you don't want to talk to me? I'm supposed to be, your man. We just ride or die, have this partnership. And now this old blast from the past who did you dirty coming around. And you can't even look me in my face. You so distraught that you can't see straight. And I got a question, Fatima. Are you really ready to take on something like this with a man when you evidently have some issues to deal with your ex. That's why I think that was a fast move, and maybe she needs to move out and go back until she figures out if she's really ready to go into another level with Zac. And Zac has to question the same thing with himself. Has he gotten his old ways out of his system? So he's totally pissed off with her. He says he's going out and, angry and with due cause. And she's very nonchalant about how Zac is feeling right now. So, she's like, don't go out there and do nothing stupid. He basically like, well, you already did. So the nerve to want to threaten him or get mad with him for possibly going out there doing something stupid. We don't want that, because two rights don't make a wrong. You didn't actually do anything, but because you wasn't totally honest with the situation and talked about it, this looks bad. So he gets pissed. He calls up Tony, lets him know, man, I'm on my way. He's like, you sure you want to do this? Because he know his boy's not in a good headspace. And he was like, yeah, I'm going to go out. So he was like, okay, hold me a spot. And so Fatima's in the tub, basically, like, thinking, is he about to go out there and do something crazy? Well, girl, some of this you might have brought on yourself, making bad moves. And the way you treated him wasn't cool. So she was like, you better not go there, because I really don't need to deal with this shit. And right now, I think you're thinking a little bit selfish, Fatima. Seriously. So put in the comments what you think about that situation. Who do you think is in the wrong, and how should she handle that better? So she gets on the phone and she calls Angela, because of course she wants her girl now to talk to, because now she's thinking Zac may do something. And I guess she needs somebody to, level out her thinking like Bryce does with Zac. So she was like, okay, girl, I'm here for you. Even though she's, trying to chill with her man, she's going to be there for her girl. So she gets up and leaves. So in the meantime, now Zac's at the club. It's real wild. It's some, athlete's place. And they turn it up. It's crazy. They got, strippers there, parties. It's packed. And it's just not a scene that's good for Zac. And once he's there, he really feels that this vibe is not good. It's a feeling that he doesn't, is bringing him back to his old days. He knows how he gets in trouble when he's in environments like this. And like I said before, if you're an alcoholic, you don't need to go to the bar. You don't need to go to a nightclub with drinks. You a sex addict, you don't need to be in a strip club. You need to stay away from these things until you're strong and in the right headspace to deal with it. And so that's why Zac, due to his past, should not have been there. He has to think a little bit more. No matter how upset he is with Fatima, stay home, think, and chill. So they already spotted, the girl that he's messed around with when he was with Karen. I'm like, oh, girl is there too. This is even more trouble that you don't need, Zac. So he tells his boys, I'm not feeling right. I think I should leave. Of course, Nathan don't want to hear that crap. He thinks he should, be there. So Bryce gets a call, and it's Angela. When Angela pulls up to Fatima's house, she notices that Zac's car is not there. There evidently was a problem. So he was like, okay, babe, I'm going to call Zac and see what's going on. He's like, okay, you be careful. She said, you be careful as well. Because this is just something that he was really, they were really worried about the situation with them too. So Zac knows also that he shouldn't be there. So what does he do? He talks to the voice of reason. He got the other two that's like the devil on the left shoulder. Now I need the angel on the right, which is Bryce, to talk him off the ledge. So he's like, man, I'm at such and such address. I don't need to be here. He was like, okay, I'll meet you. He was like, cool. He told him where he was. He said, I'll meet you at nearby diner or whatever so they can meet up. So Zac goes out to the car to get ready to leave. And who he pops into? The temptress, a.k.a. Deja, soon to be tenant. She lets him know that she's there. Hope you going, what you doing? You coming to this party? What's up with my application? And he was like, I got one better for you. You got the place, and gave her the keys. She's so excited. She hugging on him. Oh, is that too much or whatever? And I'm like, oh boy. So he tells her, no, he's not staying. This isn't his thing. And she lets him know, I'm here dancing. I'm here. I do special dances for the daddies and all this, some special name she had. And she's trying to talk him in to staying so she could do a special dance for him. Well, lo and behold, as weak as Zac is, he falls for it. She flashes her little dancing outfit and he all for it. And there he goes lusting after this girl. And this just goes to show, like, how could you possibly, Zac, rent this to this woman when you're attracted to her? You in a certain headspace with Fatima, and now you're doing something you had no business doing. You were supposed to meet Bryce and be out of there. So he comes back to the party. Of course, his boys are happy. He's back. And old girl, the announcement from the guys that we got, the best strippers in town or from out of town or something, and they gonna turn this party up. Well, old girl gets on the pole and she does this dance, and all she does is has eyes for Zac. She is dancing for him, seducing him on that pole, and he's all in. And I'm like, she don't know about, she's shooting her shot. This her landlord, he good looking, whatever. She gonna shoot her shot, but Zac is the one that has to watch it because number one, he said nothing about he lives with his woman. He's smiling at her. He came back into the thing, so you setting the wrong message, Zac. This is old Zac back all over again. I don't know if you're ready for a serious relationship, Zac. I don't know if it's out of your system. You getting this lap dance from your soon-to-be tenant, which, we're going to find out in a minute that I don't think you're going to be renting this or staying with Fatima, because once she sees this girl and realizes this is the tenant, it ain't going down like that. So her and Angela are talking, and all of a sudden at the door, here comes Zac's brother. And she's like, asking for Zac. He's like, Zac there? No, this man looks shady. It's all outdoors. He just looks so shisty. He got a little attitude with Fatima, like, you don't know where he at. I don't know who put the word out where Zac lives at. He doesn't bother with the family like that. And Angela can hear him talking to her, and it just made them uneasy. He was, just the way he was asking for him, the questions, the slick way he's talking made Fatima very uncomfortable. She said, well, he's not here. You're going to have to call him or come back, another time. So he was like, okay, I understand. He tried to basically almost push his way up in there, but it wasn't happening. So this is another bad situation. Once his family, who he doesn't even deal with, and Fatima's upset that he didn't even know about her, but she also knows that he got an issue with his family. He don't get down with them like that. They basically no good. So yeah, that's another future problem for her and Zac. Now he's back at the party, having a good time. Zac is drunk, about to pass out, and Deja girl is all over him. And luckily, Bryce comes. And one of the things that I do give Deja credit for is the fact that she said, yeah, come and get him because he's not in a good state. And they all like, I guess his boy's upset that you coming to get him, but Zac really needs to leave. Now, he's all drunk and he's getting him out. And it's just not a good place for him to be at. So Bryce gets him, like the good friend that he is, and drags him out with the help of Deja. Now, they're sitting around talking about the situation, Fatima and Angela, and what you gonna do with this situation with Zac. And Angela wants to remind her, he has a bad reputation, and you can't forget that. And she like, yeah, I know, but she really wants to trust him. But now you can see that Fatima has a habit of picking the same kind of guys with the same type of past and doing things with women and infidelity and trust issues, just like Ian. It's a pattern. This is why she probably more than likely should not have rushed into moving in with Zac. So now somebody's hitting up Angela's phone, and she's a little nervous. And she's like, I know that's something. What's going on? So Angela at first tried to make faces so her imaging won't come up. But she was like, fix your face. So the phone opened up, and she found out that Belinda sent a picture of Deja doing a lap dance with Zac. And she like, no, this so-and-so didn't. Now, my question is, was Belinda there at the party? And if she wasn't, who sent the picture? Did Bryce send Belinda the picture? You know, is Belinda that shady to be messing with Bryce on the side and trying to stir up some mess? And he the one who sent the picture to Belinda to send to Angela? I don't know. You know how Tyler does. Hey, I'm still, totally not 100% on Bryce. I don't know. Maybe Belinda was there hiding out, but that is yet to be seen. Should these two chill for a bit and get their stuff together, or continue to forge ahead and build their love relationship? We shall see.